New York City's Times Square today, triggering panic among tourists, visitors and locals in one of the world's busiest public spaces. Well, the incident took place around 3:40 local time at a crowded intersection that is filled with pedestrians, where people suddenly began running in all the directions as the sound of gunfire echoed throughout the area. Notably, many sought immediate cover behind the vehicles, barriers and nearby buildings as chaos unfolded within seconds. Well, according to the police officials and multiple local reports, the violent episode began after a dispute involving a large group of people in the busy tourist hub. And during the confrontation, a 26-year-old man was allegedly stabbed in the neck, escalating tensions further. Shortly after the stabbing, gunshots were fired in the same area, creating widespread panic among bystanders. Witness videos circulating on social media appear to show at least two individuals dressed in dark clothing opening fire before fleeing the entire scene. The sudden sound of repeated gunfire caused crowds to scatter in fear, with people rushing into nearby shops and restaurants in order to take shelter. Police officers already stationed in the area responded within moments and began chasing the suspect through the crowded streets of Manhattan. Authorities have identified the main suspect as a 17-year-old teenager who is now in police custody. Officials have also confirmed that the teenager is expected to face formal charges, although the exact charges have not yet been disclosed. Investigators are still working in order to determine the main motive behind the incident and whether more individuals were involved in the altercation and shooting. There remains some confusion regarding injuries, as the New York Fire Department confirmed that one person was transported to a hospital following the incident, but did not immediately specify the cause of injury. Later, local reports suggested that no one was directly struck by gunfire in either of the reported shooting moments. However, it has been confirmed that the 26-year-old man who was stabbed during the initial altercation suffered injuries to his neck and was taken to a nearby hospital, where he is expected to recover. Authorities are continuing to verify the exact nature of all the injuries linked to the incident, and following the shooting, the New York Police Department sealed off several sections of Times Square and launched a detailed investigation. Officers were seen reviewing surveillance footage, speaking with eyewitnesses and collecting evidence from the scene. Investigators also examined a vehicle parked nearby after its owner reported that something had struck it during the chaos. A weapon was recovered at the location, and forensic teams are working in order to establish how it was used and who it belonged to. Police have also indicated that they are seeking additional individuals for questioning as part of the ongoing investigation. Witnesses described scenes of extreme panic as the gunfire rang out. Shoppers and tourists were seen running into nearby businesses, including restaurants and retail stores, while others dropped to the ground in fear. Some witnesses reported hearing sounds that resembled glass breaking as people rushed into the enclosed spaces inside nearby establishments, including fast food outlets and stores. People took cover wherever possible. Families with children were among those seen scrambling for safety as confusion spread rapidly through the crowded intersection. One witness described how people suddenly began running into a nearby restaurant, causing immediate panic inside the building. Another said that the sound of gunfire felt extremely close, forcing them to lie flat on the ground for safety. Street vendors and workers in the area also reported confusion as crowds rushed past them in the different directions, with many unaware of what had triggered the sudden stampede. The timing of the incident added to the intensity of the situation, as Times Square had been especially crowded due to the ongoing celebrations that is linked to the New York Knicks' recent championship victory. Thousands of people had gathered in Manhattan throughout the day, and officials noted that around 10,000 police officers had been deployed in the city for security during these celebrations. The presence of large crowds and heavy tourist activity made the situation even more chaotic when the shooting took place. This incident also comes just days after another shooting in Times Square, where a teenager was injured during celebrations that is connected to the Knicks' win. The back-to-back violent events in the same high-profile location have raised renewed concerns about public safety in one of New York City's most heavily policed tourist areas. And as of now, the investigation remains ongoing. Authorities have not yet confirmed the motive behind the incident or whether it was connected to the earlier shooting. Police are continuing to analyze CCTV footage, gather eyewitness statements and reconstruct the entire sequence of events that led from a street dispute to gunfire in the middle of Times Square. Officials are also expected to release further details as the investigation progresses. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.